Say Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. First and foremost, we want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well at Great Millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiams in the full kind of the earth to push in the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. I just want to do a lesson on this coming board message text from this mighty man 1668. These Christians, they bug out. This Christian is reprobate, and clearly Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai not dealing with these Christians. You understand? Because their agenda is to save the oppressor. Their agenda is to live together with the oppressor. Right? Their agenda is to stay in this wicked ass kingdom. So the Most High not dealing with these Christians, and the Most High gonna destroy all these Christians. Right? So basically, right, this video, what I did, it was Christianity is a broken system, right? And I was going into reincarnation. Christianity don't believe in reincarnation, right? You understand? They don't believe in it because they don't have the understanding, right? He said it is a new covenant. It is a new covenant, a new fresh start, bro. So who the new covenant was made with, right? The new covenant was made with the Israelites. It wasn't made with these. It wasn't made to the so-called white man, or the so-called Japanese, or the so-called Chinese, or the so-called Africans, or the so-called East Indians, or the so-called Arabs. It wasn't made with none of these heathen nations. The new covenant is the New Testament. Covenant means testament, and it was made with the Israelites, right? This is where the new covenant made with the Israelites, right? Let me go to the Salakia. Let me go to the new covenant. This is edify the elect, right? These Christians, they don't read and they don't understand the scriptures, right? They don't understand the scriptures. They are a bunch of reprobate, right? And the Most High gonna destroy them because when they reject knowledge, right? The Most High set up His men to teach the truth, but they're gonna follow they're gonna follow the pastors who deceiving them, who plucking the skin off of the bone, right? You understand? Right? Oh yeah, Hebrews I think it's Hebrews 8. Let me see. Right? Start from verse 6. Right? Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 8 verse 6. But he said, but now had he obtained a more excellent ministry. He said, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant. And this is Yahushai, who the Almighty God Jesus, which was established upon better promise. For if that first covenant had been flawless, then should no place have been sought for a second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the day comes, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So where is the other nation? Where is the other nation? The house of Israel, the house of Judah is the Israelites. The house of Israel is the northern kingdom. which is the so-called Latinos and the so-called Native American Indians, and the house of Judah, the so-called Negroes, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is the southern kingdom. Where is the other tribes? Where is the other nations? Where is the so-called white man? Where is the so-called Chinese? Where is the so-called Japanese? Where is the so-called Africans? Where is the so-called Arabs and so forth? Where is these nations? Right? He said, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regard them not, said the Lord. Verse 10, he said, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. With the house of Israel, who else? The new covenant is with the house of Israel. Where is the other nation? You Christian adding to the scriptures, and there's a sin, and you're going to be destroyed for adding to the Most High word. He said, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my law in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be my people. And this is in the kingdom, right? The Most High can put his laws, statutes, and commandments in our mind. The Most High can program we not to go off. So the children of Israel are going to be perfect, and that's why they're going to live forever, because they're not going to sin, and that's why they're going to live forever, right? He said, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother. So your neighbor is your brother. Your neighbor is the Israelites. Your neighbor is not the Chinese man next door by you or the East Indian man next door by you. No, your neighbor is your brother, which is the Israelite, which is the 12th son of Jacob, right? He said, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor, even every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest, and all is the Israelites. Right? So you Christian do not know the scriptures, man. You Christian are a bunch of reprobates. Right? You don't know the scriptures. Right? So we go back to this parable I talking about with Lazarus. Right? We go back to this parable with Lazarus. Right? This Christian bug the hell out, man. You understand? They bug the hell out, and they're proud. The Most High destroying the plantation Christianity. You understand? Yeah, the Most High destroying the plantation Christianity. So the new covenant is made with the Israelites. He said hell is a real place of burning fire, just like the story about the rich man and Lazarus. So who's the rich man and who's Lazarus? This is a metaphor, right? Who's the rich man and who's Lazarus? The rich man is Esau, which starting with the bank family, starting with the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, the DuPonts, and Goldman Sachs. They are the rich man. Who Lazarus represent? Lazarus represent the Israelites. The word Lazarus, when you go into the word Lazarus, right, it means who God's help, right? Who the Most High can help? The Israelites. Who's salvation for? The Israelites, right? So this was a parable, right? That's why it's saying um that's why it's saying Psalm 78:2, and this is a prophecy. I will open my mouth in parable, I will utter dark saying of old. So Yahweh Shai speak in parable, because the mystery of the scripture was not given to every one of the Israelites. So that's why Yahweh Shai speak in parables, right? It's only the elect gonna understand these parables, because it was given unto them to understand it before the foundation of the earth, right? The 144,000 and the 1/3 million children, they can understand, they gonna repent and turn back. That's why the Most High allow Yahweh Shai to speak in parables, because he don't want everyone to get this, right? This is mystery. These are the secrets of the Heavenly Father, and he didn't give it to everyone, right? He didn't give it to everyone. Let me go to Matthew, and this is what the disciple asked him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? Who he was speaking to? He was speaking to the Israelites. Right? Why speakest thou to them in parables? Right? Um, okay, well, let me see. Got one in Luke 2. Right? You Christian is you Christian man, you Christian true. You know, the most High gonna destroy y'all. You know, most High gonna destroy y'all. Alright, let me get the one. Luke. Let me read this one, then I get the one in Luke. This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 10. He said, and the disciple came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And there was a prophecy that he can open him out in parables, right? He said, He answered and said unto them, Because it was given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it wasn't given, right? So it wasn't given to you Christians. That's why you're reading it verbatim and you thinking it's hell. You thinking hell is a place of fire, which is a hoax. There's no such thing as a place of fire burning. Your spirit is a fire. So how you gonna burn fire with fire if your spirit is a fire? Yeah? How you gonna burn fire with fire? Christian is a bunch of idiots. This is Luke chapter 8, verse 10. And he said unto you, It is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but to other in parable, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not hear. So the Most High, the Most High allow his son to speak in parables. So you reprobate can't understand the scriptures. Right? So we go into the rich man and Lazarus. Right? This is Luke chapter 16. And let me start from because these people is reprobate. So you say hell is a real place, right? Let me just go back to the comment, right? He said, hell is a real place, right, of burning fire, just like the story about the rich man and Lazarus. What happened? Question mark, right? So, were you saying that Abraham was in hell too? Because the rich man talked to Abraham, so Abraham was in the fire burning too? There's a question to you, Wacky Taki asked Christian. Was Abraham in hell? People are a bunch of idiots, right? This is Luke chapter 16, verse 22, and it came to pass that let me start from 23. This is Luke chapter 16, verse 23, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torment. So in he, right, and in hell he, who is the he? The rich man, which is the so-called white people, right? Starting with the elite banking family, they're gonna be the first crop of slave for the so-called white race, and the rest who die gonna come back through them, right? They're gonna burn again, and they're gonna burn into slavery, right? This is Luke chapter 16, verse 23. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torment. Torment was slavery, and seeing Abraham afar off. So you saying Abraham was in hell too, in the burning fire? You Christian is a bunch of reprobate, right? He said, and seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Lazarus represent the Israelites, right? Who God's help, right? They represent the Israelite. Let me get a quick precept there, right? This is Isaiah 14. There's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. He said, For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and the stranger is the Israelites, right? He said, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. He said, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaid, and they shall take them captive who captive they were, and they shall rule over the oppressors. So the Israelites gonna rule over the oppressors. And who's our number one oppressor? The so-called white man. He's our number one oppressor, right? So we're gonna rule Salakia. we're gonna rule over our oppressor, right? Um, right. So back in Luke 16:23, he said, and he lifted up his eyes, right, being in torment in slavery, and seeth Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. So Lazarus representing the children of Israel, who gonna be rulers in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? And his tormentors was slavery. There's his torment, slavery, right? We're gonna rule over our oppressor, and this one he torment slavery, right? Me get lamentation, right? Let me get lamentation, lamentation. This is Lamentation chapter 4 verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, which is you so-called white people, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup, which is slavery, also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. So, hey, you're going to go into slavery, right? You so-called white people going into slavery, right? He said, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, you Israelites. Right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right, so the rich man was being tormented because he was in captivity. Right, he was being in captivity. Right, um, this is let me get this one, Revelation 13. Right, Revelation 13. This Revelation chapter 13. Um, Verse 9, if any man have an ears, let him hear. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. The so-called white man will lead us into captivity. So he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. The so-called white man ain't killed with the sword. Here is the patient and the faint of the saint. So he gonna go into captivity. Right? You can't get around this. You understand? You Christians cannot get around this. Right? So there was a parable that Yahushua speaking, and the parable going into Jacob and Esau, right? See, Luke 16:23, and in hell he lift up his eyes, right? Hell was slavery. That's where you catch all your hell, right? And this is where and this is why we tell you our hell is a condition. We in hell slavery. We being oppressed. We be eating GMO food. We sick in the body. Our people have the plague of the heart. Our people bug out of the mind, eating out the garbage bin, all kind of thing that happening to our people. So they in hell. They being afflicted. You understand? It said, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torment, and see Abraham afar off. So you saying Abraham in hell? You Christian are out of your mind. And Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy upon me. So now this devil want mercy. And why he cried? Because his sins gonna be double, right? His sins gonna be double. This is Revelation. Um, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. Let me start from verse 5. Revelation 18:5. For her sins have reached unto the heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquity. Right, good into you, so-called white man, and also America. Right. It said, reward her even as she reward you, and double unto her double, according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill to her double. Right, and that's why he was begging for mercy. So his sins, double, you gotta pay double for what he did. Right? You so-called white people can pay double for what he did. Right? See, verse 24, Luke 16:24, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the finger of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, For I am torment in this flame, and this flame is a metaphor for slavery. This is a metaphor for slavery. This flame, because your spirit is a fire. You can't burn fire with fire, idiots. You understand? So this is a metaphor for slavery. You understand? The flame, right? And these devils going into captivity. Right? Let me get the next one. We go back to Isaiah 14 and Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. And these devil, they have the space program out there. I know there's where some of them gonna hide to escape the nuclear destruction that come in, right? This where they're gonna hide. Some of them gonna hide in the bunkers, underground bunkers, right? He said, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So these so-called white people, especially these Rockefellers, Rothschild, Dupans, Goldman Sachs, they think that they are the Most High because of the power and the wealth that they have, that the Most High give them, right? Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell in the side of the pit. They're gonna be brought down to hell in the side of the pit. Hell me was slavery, right? They're gonna be brought down into slavery. Let me get Isaiah 24, right? You Christians finish. You Christian is a bunch of reprobate, right? That's why the Most High the Most High allow His Son to speak in parables. So hey, the Most High, the ones that you degenerates, the Most High gonna destroy y'all. It wasn't given to y'all, right? This is Isaiah chapter 24, um, verse 21. This is going to be the destruction of Babylon, right? And the Most High gonna punish the high ones and the kings and the earth and put them in prison and in chain, right? This is what this is going into. Isaiah 24 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day, right, that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, starting with the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, all right, and the Dupans and the Goldman Sachs, right? He said, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, these presidents, these prime ministers, the Most High gonna punish them, right? Verse 22, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners and gathered in the pit. You understand? They're gonna be gathered in a pit. They're gonna be gathered as prisoners in a pit, prepared for slavery, right? And shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days they shall be visit. You understand? So hey, the slavery. You understand? This? We then got in the pit for slavery, right? So you can't escape this. You people cannot escape it. You Christians, who do understand the scriptures, right? So let me go back to Luke. All right, this is Luke chapter 16 verse 22. No, Salaki verse 24. He said, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am torment in this flame. So you telling me you in hell, in a flame of fire, dip of water in a finger and cool it? You people bug out. So this flame is a metaphor for slavery, right? He said, but Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received thy good things. Yeah, and now in this lifetime here, they starting with the Rockefeller, the Rothschilds, the Dupans, the Goldman Sachs, they receiving the good things, right? These Edomites, the so-called white people, they're receiving the good things because this is their time to rule. This is their rulership, so they're receiving the good things, right? So in their lifetime, they receive the good things, right? And likewise, Lazarus, evil things. Lazarus represent the Israelite. What evil things we receive? Slavery as one. We eating GMO food. We being sick in the body. We dying from all kind of illness and disease. You understand? Some of our people have the disease of the heart, madness. You understand? We being oppressed every day, right? We see last to hire and first to fire. You understand? So we receive the evil things, right? We receive the evil things, right? He said, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted. Yeah, Lazarus gonna be comforted. Lazarus, the kingdom is the Israelites. These other either nation gonna be slave in the kingdom of Israel, in the kingdom of heaven. These other heathens nation gonna be slave to us. They're gonna be our servants, and the Israelites they're gonna be rulers in the kingdom, right? He said, likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Yeah, that's slavery, right? So there's no such thing as no hell underground of fire burning. That hell is slavery. You understand? That is slavery, right? The Most High said these devil going into slavery. You understand? So these Christians don't know. These Christians don't know what they're talking about. I think I make the point there. The elect gonna understand. The elect gonna understand, right? The elect gonna understand. He said, and yes, we Christians know the Most High more than you, so-called fake Hebrew Israelite with no power. Y'all gonna burn, right? You understand? So he said, Crefadala, the truth about hell. Crefadala is a deceiver, So you know these Christians finish. You understand? So these Christians, they don't understand the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. So they finish. You understand? They finish. And with that, hope this lesson is edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well at Great Stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Yakyams and the folk and the earth to pushing the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom.